Hi, fourth grade. So today we're going to be talking about adding and subtracting with angles. If you are not already, you can pause this video, take a minute, get your math book open to page 695. Hit play once you're there. I'll give you a second. So on page 695, you are going to work to try this question on your own before you hear me explain it. So it says Flora cuts a rectangular sheet of paper into two pieces on the dotted line. What is the sum, or the total, of the measures of angle A and angle B? So if I add up angle A and angle B, what am I going to get? What's going to be that total? I want you to see if you can figure this out on your own. Pause it, figure it out, see what answer you get, and come back. So if I were to add up angle A and angle B, if I were to put both these pieces together, I'd be looking at this picture on the left. Both pieces here are together. What angle do you notice that we have formed here? Is it acute, obtuse, or right? If you're thinking right, you're correct. And we know a right angle is 90 degrees. So if we add angle A and angle B, doesn't matter what they are, they will always add up. If you're adding up to a right angle, no matter how you cut the paper, these two angles are always going to add up to 90 degrees because a right angle is always 90 degrees. If you already had 90 on your page, awesome job. I want you now to flip to page 699. Give you a second once you get there, page 699. The question says, Waylon and Andres play a puzzle game. The goal is to fill a tray with 3 same-sized triangular puzzle pieces. There should be no gaps or overlaps between the pieces. What is the measure of the bottom angle of the tray? So if I look over here at my tray, I have 3 pieces. It's showing me that picture. I'm looking for this red line right here that has the question mark over it. I'm looking for that whole angle. To get that whole angle, I need to add in all 3 pieces. So here I have one piece that I'm going to put on my tray. That second and third piece, they're the same exact size, which means their angle is also going to be the same. So this question feels really, really difficult, but once you break it down, it's actually quite simple. So if my first piece is 50 degrees, my second piece is also going to be 50 degrees. My third piece is also going to be 50 degrees. So that means I just need to add 50 plus 50 plus 50, and I'm going to get my answer. So if I add 5, 10, 15, I'm going to rewrite it a little lower so I have more room. And then add my 0. 50 plus 50 plus 50 gets me 150. So if I were to take out my protractor, if I were to measure this big red question mark angle that it has, it's going to be 150 degrees. And I can add in all those 3 pieces to get that 150 degrees. That is my total. All right? 702. Go ahead and flip to the next page. We're going to look at number 6. You should be on now on page 702. It reads, the angle between each spoke on a wheel of Sophia's bicycle measures 15 degrees. So if I look at this bicycle, between each spoke, so each bar of the bicycle wheel, there's 15 degrees. Sophia puts reflectors on 2 spokes as shown. What is the measure of the angle between the 2 spokes with the reflectors? So if I have reflector here, I'll highlight it. I have a reflector here. And if I have a reflector here, I'm looking for this whole angle all the way to the other side. This is what I'm looking for. I know one spoke is 15 degrees. I want you to think about how can we figure this out? I want you to try and solve this on your own. How can we figure out what is the distance? What is my degree? What is my measure between those 2 reflectors? I know one section. How can I figure out what that total is? Pause this video, try it on your own, hit play once you've got an idea. So if I know one section is 15 degrees, well, all I need to do is figure out how many sections there are and then add 15 or multiply it by that many times. So let's see, how many sections do I have? I have 1, that's too big. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 7 sections, so I can take 15 and I can multiply it by 7, by the number of sections that I have, and that will tell me that angle that I have, that question mark above. So let's do that. Let's do 15 times 7. If you're doing partial product here, I'm going to do 7 times 5. Seven times 5 gets you 35. And I'm going to move over. I'm going to do 7 times 10. Bring my 0 over. 7 times 1 is 7. Now I need to add. So my total angle measure from one reflector to the other is 105 degrees. If you got that answer, awesome job. Let's try the next one. Gina sets 2 floor tiles as shown to the right. What is the measure of the blue angle? Okay, so let's zoom in here. I have 2 floor tiles. If you can't see that they're separated, you can draw your own line there to kind of show you, okay, this is where they're separated. 2 floor tiles. Okay. I see one red line right here that's showing me that angle is 53 degrees. This second angle right here is 108 degrees. And I'm looking for this blue angle that crosses both of them. What do you think we can do to figure this out? Think about it. I want you to try and solve this. I have these 2 angles. I'm trying to figure out what the whole thing is all together. How would you solve this? Pause this video, try and find your answer, hit play once you got it. All right, if you added them together, you are correct. I need to take 108 and I need to add it with 53. And that will tell me my total, that blue line. So if I have 8 plus 3, that's 11. 5 plus 1 is 6, and then 1. So my blue line, the angle of my blue line is 161 degrees, because if I have my 2 small angles and I add them together, I'm going to get my bigger angle. Okay. Last one. What is the sum of the measures of all the angles that are labeled in the figure below? Well, if I see the word sum, that means I'm going to add. So it's saying, if I add up all these measures, what am I going to get? I want you to try and solve this on your own. See if you can add these all together. Hit play once you've got it. You should have an answer bubbled in if you are still listening or re-listening. So let's see. I'm going to do 120 plus 65. And I get 185. Then I'm going to add 25. And I get 210. Then I'm going to add 45 more. And I get 255. If you got the answer D, then you got it right. Good job. All right. This is how you are adding or subtracting with angles. Now what you're going to do is you're going to grab the fluency and skills that is on either the side table or the back table, and I want you to work to complete it. Try your best to do it on your own. I want you to see every question that you have tried. Once you have finished it, you may turn it in and get on Math My Path. I cannot wait to see you tomorrow, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.